Well, my name is Suzy. I own JB's Barbecue along with my husband Kory. We started it about 3 years ago. We started out here with just that trailer over there, which is now just become our storage trailer. But we worked inside of that. We had warmers and cookers and fridges and stuff set up inside, tables. That was our workspace. And then we had just a pop-up tent like what you would take to like tailgating. And we had a table set up outside where we served people. And I always knew I was going to have a restaurant. Didn't really know what kind it was going to be. Didn't know where it was going to be or anything like that. And my husband and I, Kory, we have a huge passion for food, for cooking. We have incredibly high standards for food. And we ventured into this whole barbecue thing just in our backyard for fun. We had full-time jobs running a brick paving company when we started doing this, and we started falling in love with the barbecue. We fell in love with doing it, and we quickly realized that our food was exceptionally better than most places that we had tried. So we're like, Ortonville needs options. We live in Ortonville. We actually live just like 30 seconds down the road. We love Ortonville. We love the community. So that was never a question. It was always going to be Ortonville. And we thought we'd try it out. Like, why not? Let's just see what happens. So we set up one weekend, and it exploded. I've got chills, and it's like 80 degrees out. It exploded. It still blows my mind. It's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And it got to the point that we had to make a decision. Do we do this full time and give up what we were doing very well? And do we put everything into this, or what do we do? And I'm spiritual, and I, through this whole process, kept seeing things that were no other way to describe them other than God was blessing this over and over again in the craziest ways. Like, I could tell you stories and you'd be like, no way, that happened, and it happened. And so I followed my gut. I believe my gut is God, and ever since, I was just stuck on that path of where I believe that He wants us to be and what He wants us to do. It has just sevenfold. I absolutely believe that this is what we're supposed to be doing. So yeah, we ended up, winters were a little tough in a tent. We with a heater out there, just an outdoor patio heater to keep us warm, but we did it. So we decided let's order a barn. So we ordered a barn, and we've just been winging this. We just, every week or every 2 weeks, we think of something and be like, hey, let's do this, hey, let's do that, and we do it, and it's working out great. My favorite thing has always been about having a restaurant and making food for people is watching their reaction. And I thought that was going to just be everything to me, to be able to do that on such a larger level. And but being here in Ortonville has 1000% changed that. I say this all the time. My absolute favorite thing about what we do is the people that we've met, the people that have become regulars. And it might sound cheesy, but the closest thing I can come to say it is like a family of sorts. This community is incredible. Every time we've ever done an outreach for anything with the community, whether it was for helping the hurricane survivors in North Carolina last year, or a food drive for some locals that were having a bit of a downtime, the community has come together in droves, like to the point that we had to hire or rent a U-Haul just to fill everything. Like, just meeting the people, and they comment on our Facebook posts, saying our names. They know who we are. And I think that a big part of that has to do with how we started out in a tent. We were not a food truck. We're not in a tin can behind a window. We were out there serving the food, talking to the people, getting to know them, and they would just keep coming back and coming back and coming back. And I would say we get anywhere from 200 to 800 customers a day right now, and at least half of them are regulars. And the other half is divided up with, I'd say about 30% of that are non-regulars. They're the sometimes that happen to be passing through. But I'd say at least 20% is like new people every single day. And it's just crazy. Like it's spreading and people are hearing about us. And I think that people realize that there's something special here, and they keep coming back for it.
So we interviewed Alan at the Clarkston History Museum.
Okay,
Ortonville History Museum.
I know who he is. Yeah.
He described Ortonville as the land that time forgot, but only in a good way. And,
I understand that.
He seemed to think it was a big positive, and then I asked him about the future of Ortonville, and he said that he just hopes that people always remember why they think it's special and those values.
And that speaks to, I have seen several comments, on the different, I'm mostly on Facebook. I don't mean to keep mentioning Facebook, but I'm in all of the Ortonville groups and part of all the conversations and stuff. And I've seen so much talk to that, when there's a building that is available and everyone's talking about what might go in there. There's always, the few that are like talking about making it more mainstream, more busy, and there will be so many responses that it's like, no, that's not why we came to Ortonville. We wanted something different. We don't want it to be like everything else. It is very tight-knit, it's very community, and I do believe that most of the people here, that is what they want it to be. That's why they're not in Clarkston or Lake Orion or anything like that. And I think it's a good mix of country, like, Goodrich or whatever is a little bit more country than us, and definitely not like Clarkston. So I think it's got a good variety, and I think it fits exactly what everybody out here wants, just the way that it is.
Yeah. I think we're doing it right by not trying to do what everybody else has been doing.
Yes,
We just
I
stuck
agree.
to our values.
Yeah, and then with sewers coming within the next few years, and that's another topic that I've seen a lot of conversation on social media about. There are the people that are all excited, wow, we're going to be able to have so many more establishments, but for the most part, it is people that are more concerned about it. They don't want it to, have all of these fast food chains and just fill up and turn into something completely different. And it's unknown, so it is a little fearful. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that from what I've seen, it seems like the majority of people really just love. I love what Paul said. How he described it. I think that that's exactly what most people want.
Yeah.
And I think that we kind of fit perfectly into it. We're not this huge brick and mortar, and it's a barn.
It's super cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We love it. Oh, I love it. I have never loved doing anything so much in my life. Love it.
Is there anything else you want to add that you didn't cover?
I love our community. I love the people that make up this community, and they have made everything that we do beyond more rewarding than I could sit here for hours and try to get people to get it, and I still will feel like I didn't express it. Yeah, no, just love it. I love the people, love the community. I hope it never changes.